Just now, Shabazz has shown up. And what that means is I'm about to get ridiculed. So this kid is awful about everything. He's not very good at anything at all. The only thing he can do is draw from concealed, which I can't do. He does very well. I don't do it all, but that's the only thing he ever does right. So he's gonna make fun of my draw right now because I haven't been dry firing like he told me to. But that being said, remember, I'm better at everything. He just draws fast.
All right, let's see it.
I'm gonna run the guys through a drill that I like to run. This is built solely off of competition shooting, and it's just something that I struggled with at our local DAPS matches. So this isn't like anything specific to USPSA. It's not exactly tactical, although we'll talk about an application at the end. So I call the drill 2 targets, 1 reload, and it's because if you don't pay attention, it can turn into a show real fast. So some of you get that reference, many of you won't, and I'm glad that you don't. So we got 2 targets that are roughly 10 to 12 yards apart, and then we've got 2 shooting stations, if you want, or like positions that are going to be 10 to 12 yards away from those targets. And so all we're focusing on is we're going to start at 1 target on the beep. You're going to draw, present, and then you're going to go 2 on the A zone, and then you're going to transition over, come to the next station, spot your next target and your landing location. 2 more shots on A zone. And so you're gonna work it left to right and then right to left, and then everything after this builds on that. So it's just another iteration after that, and we'll show you each one. So the first iteration is just simply a moving from one shooting position to another. You're starting, presenting, get your 2 A zone hits, move quickly, and then on the move, you're taking that gun to your target, finding where it needs to be, finding your spot where you need to land, and then finding and landing there and getting your shots off as quickly and as accurately as possible, and then you work back the other way. So the reason I work this both ways is because we tend to shoot one way, usually like to our right if you're right-handed, or to your left if you're left-handed, because it's more comfortable to shoot that direction. So by working it both ways, it makes you work on your weaknesses and just work on different angles, so that when we go out to matches or when we're doing different drills, it allows us to work through them pretty quick. So I'll demo this first iteration, and then we'll let the other guys run through, and then we'll move on to the next one.
675.
I threw that first one.
Nice.
So really quick, the things that I'm focusing on, just warming up here, aside from presentation and getting your target and follow-up shots, the main things I'm worried about is, like, as you saw, like, I don't have great footing here, so making sure I get into a position where I'm not gonna like tip over or slide or fall, and trying to spot the target early so that I can spot where I want to plant my feet, where I want to land, and then get there and be on target so that as soon as I'm ready, I can press that trigger. Those are a little slow. It'll pick up as we shoot more, but we'll let the other guys run it.
Yes, you're spotting your target, because like I'm already here, I already know where the target is. So I'm gonna look, like I'm gonna glance at where I want to go or whatever. Or usually, a lot of times, depending on what's around you, you can use your peripheral vision depending on the stage. But after I make that spot, when I'm starting to approach where I know I'm gonna land, instead of coming here and landing and then pressing out, what I like to do is, and this works especially if your entry is you're actually running forward, it makes it a lot easier. But here, what I'll do is I'll present as I'm coming in, and that way the gun's already there, and I just refine that sight picture.
Yeah.
And like once you start shooting a lot of USPSA, there's a lot of entries and exits in USPSA, and you'll notice the really good shooters, they'll have this presentation as they're coming in to their entry, and they're already there, and then they're just refining that sight picture. And so like it'd be the same thing. You can really game it if it's a forward entry like this. Like if you have a port or something you're gonna shoot through, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna be up, and I'm gonna refine that sight picture, and then you're gonna exit and move to your next, wherever you're going.
Yeah.
But that's something I think can help you.
Yeah.
Just watch your first run.
Yeah. There you go. The one and only possum puncher, everybody. No pressure. Shooter ready? Stand by.
How much
6:45.
nicer? Did you feel like you had more time to refine
So
that
much
sight?
time.
Because you're already here.
I was so
Yeah.
settled before I even stopped.
Because if you're gonna compress the gun, you might as well put it in your holster and run over here and then draw.
I blanked on it
Yeah.
on the first time, and I kind of tried to half-ass
Yeah.
at the end.
I could tell
This
here
time,
you
I
had a
was
ton
just-
of time to refine that sight.
It was so
picture.
great.
Yeah.
And my grip was nice, and just pop, pop.
Yep. That's the idea. You're buying yourself more time. Because you don't realize how much. Because yeah, it's just this short motion is working out, but everyone looks really good out.
There you go. .603. Okay, so the next iteration where we go from here is it's exact same thing. All we're gonna do is throw in an administrative reload in the middle. So it's not a slide lock. This is more so again for competition, but I think there is some application in a real world gunfight that you don't want to gun to run dry. So do with that what you will, but this is more so like when we shoot, again, our local competitions, there's a lot of times where we have one shooting section, a big gap where you get to transition, and then another shooting section. And so we're taking advantage of that movement and being more efficient and just trying to eliminate any extra steps. So reloading on the move, that's something that personally I need to work on, and that's why I started doing this drill. So same thing, just a reload on the move and then coming back. So I'll demo that.
.626. 657. Pretty good. A little harder coming this way, right?
Yep, yep,
reload?
absolutely.
Yeah.
The reload, trying not to flag everybody this way, keeping the muzzle, yeah.
Yeah, 180.
Yeah.
.604.
Prep gun, prep gun. There you go.
There you go. On the move, on the move.
Good prep. Good prep. There you
8
go.
flat. Five, 4, 4.
Give it a little tap, tap.
Yeah. While they are rehabbing for the next iteration, so we started off with just the barrel, and that's kind of our shooting area. So now we're gonna stack 2 barrels, and this is gonna replicate for us a barricade. So this could be like a no-shoot wall if in a competition. But you know, I mentioned earlier there is some kind of like tactical application if you want. But this may be like a doorway. It could be a threshold that you're working around. It could be a wall. It could be a car. It could be all kinds of things. So there is application both ways. But for the purposes of this, we're doing the exact same thing we just did, but now we're having to work around a barricade. So for this iteration, you start behind the barricade. You cannot see the target. So you're gonna draw and present to see your target, take your 2 shots, on the move, reload. You're gonna spot out your location, and then we know where the target is, obviously, like, right, we know where it's at, so we know where we're looking, but we're gonna work our way around that barrel. So typically in this is where competition varies from if you want tactical, because in competition, we're gonna clear this barricade as quickly as we can to get on target. If this were more of I was clearing a house, you know, there's a bump in the night, there's a active shooter, I'm not gonna run out into the open. I'm gonna be more methodical and take my time working around until I see my target. So if that's something you wanna work on, you can do that where once you spot your landing and you know you're here behind cover, and you're just slowly working your way out till you see your target, and once you see it, you take your shots. So that's something you can do at home differently if you wanna do it that way. But yeah, this is what we're doing for this iteration.
Competition scenario is I know I have to clear this barrel because like there's a no-shoot wall or something.
Yeah.
But just like you're tracking the target here, I'll get this gun up and I'll be tracking as I come across.
Yeah.
So you're basically visualizing and you're like, I'm gonna lose the target for a second, and it's there.
Yeah, well, it's kind
Yeah.
of like when you have like your red dot, right? So like when we shoot with both eyes open with our red dots on our rifles, right? Even if the cap is on our EOTech, it still puts the dot over the target.
Right.
It's very similar to that. This being that like we're spotting the target and we never lose sight of it until it picks it back up. You know, it's similar to that in my mind, like how our eyes project it.
Which it's like, is that? Can you see through wells in real life? No.
No.
But what you're doing is you're refining that skill of you know you're going to take a shot, but you know you're not ready to take it. But you can be as prepared as possible until you are ready to take that shot.
Yeah.
And that way it's just shortening
Yeah,
that preparation.
it goes back to like we're just trying to shoot sooner, not faster, right?
Yep,
Like we're just trying to take out all that time where we can break that shot sooner. So the more prep we do before we get there, the
right. Because you hear people say it, efficiency is just economy of motion. So is there more economy of motion in me coming here and then seeing the target? Yep. Or is it more motion where I'm already seeing the target and just trigger press?
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. Let's run it.
Oh, I got stuck in the bag. It's still there when you come.
I'm just saying, like, because, you know, like so Jimmy just hit the barrel. So I'm talking about you're just managing your distance is what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, we were managing, right? We were trying to prep the gun early so that once we're planted, all we have to do is refine that sight picture. So now we're just adding this variable, which is, we have like a no-shoot wall here or whatever for the competition, or there's a port, and I'm here, and I'm seeing, I know this target is here, but I know I can't shoot it yet. So I'm just tracking the target behind the barrel, and once I'm set to where I can shoot, then I take my shot.
Got it.
Yeah. What we found is once I put a catcher, you have to throw you off the barrel because you're not. Over with, and then as you're approaching, get that gun prep, start tracking that target through the barrel. Huh?
Reload now?
Well, if you know you're going to reload is, it's a pre-planned reload, so reload as soon as, as quick as you can when you're done with your hit.
So, stand by.
Gun up, track. Nice! Does that feel faster?
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks faster. Shit. Reload! Go! Track!
That's off.
There you go.
786.
One thing that can help you when you're gonna reload and you know you have to move left, you see a lot of competition shooters reload like this, where they bring the gun in. It's because I can be here and be moving, and because the gun's tucked in, it's a little like I'm not gonna worry about breaking that 180 rule. Whereas if you're trying to do your traditional, if I'm speed reloading and I'm just here, that wasn't good. Then it's a little harder to control that 180. I use more control.
So bring it in, break it down.
Even a lot of people, doing that's fine, that's neat. Even a lot of people doing speed reloads will argue, a lot of the competition shooters will argue they do this, where they break it in and they bring it back out. I don't know.
Let's go again, one more time.
Depends on what you rep. Get a little more space. Oh, another thing, since we're gaming this, right? I would start with, if you're the barrel, look at me, I would start with this foot here. That way, when I present, I just present, and I'm just catching this, and then...
What are you talking about, this?
Yeah, you can step if you want, but...
What are you talking about?
Just instead of taking a big step that's going to disrupt this, just be ready to present and just come out.
Okay.
Yeah, just set yourself up for it.
All right, let's go.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
Stand by. $720.
That was good tracking.
Still slow as balls. Oh, hell, Bobby. Oh, hell, Bobby. That was not good.
Last iteration of this drill, you're gonna do the same thing. So as you come out, you're gonna shoot this target, but this time you're gonna shoot both targets. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2. You can do it whatever order you want. You just have to go left side on the left side of barrels, and then we make our way over to the right side, reload on the move, and then you're gonna come around. Up to you if you want to take the far target first or this one, but you're 2 and 2, and that's your last iteration of this drill. But what I would recommend is you try it both ways. Try the far target first, then the close one. Try the close one, then the far one, and see which one is faster. getting in and out of positions, and just this is a good drill to try new things and to see where you can game it and pick up little tenths of a second and what's faster, which transitions are faster. So, you ready?
If I were gaming this, like assuming, say you shoot laser beams, like let's just say it's impossible for me to not shoot alphas, and the only other variable as far as speed is going to go is that economy of motion. If I know that I have to shoot that target from the right side of the barrel, then as I'm coming here, it's going to be quicker. Like, I have to come all the way here and clear this just to shoot that one. If I can see this one first, this one's presented to me first, I might as well come here, get that one over with, and that way, once I make this small transition, I'm done. So I'm not making this big transition and then coming and then being done. It's just boom, boom, and then I move and then I'm done. You know.
So, and then the question I would ask you is coming into this target. So up until this point, it's been just lateral, right? Now it gets a little more dynamic because of the angles. So would you round this corner? So as you step in, as you're coming here to this, and then would you kind of like round it and go into it this way, or would you come all the way out this way?
So I guess it's still with that economy of motions. Like I said, assuming, because obviously your goal is to shoot alphas. So assuming your plan is to shoot this as accurately as possible, which means you're having, if you're shooting 2 shots, you're having 2 sight pictures, and you're making sure you have an acceptable sight picture before you break that first shot. I would say that, I mean, you'd have to try it out. This is what, when you see people doing walkthroughs on stage, this is what they're doing. Is I would say I would probably come here and give up this yard that I'm saving by being closer. Because I'm removing this barrel out of the equation. I don't really, like, it's there, but I'm not having to maneuver around it. I would just come here. That way, now I just have a single 2-target transition. Something everybody's practiced, and I can just go alpha, 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 alpha. That's my plan at least.
Sure.
Where you could, I mean, the time it takes you, because you're coming and you're hitting real hard, and now you're in a weird position, kind of, It could be faster.
Could be.
It'd be something you'd have to decide on your walkthrough. It also depends on where you're coming from. We're coming from there. But also, the thing about USPSA is, like right now, we're all shooting this the same. Whereas in a real competition, there's no you don't have to. There's no order that you have to shoot anything in. So it could be maybe. The order you're deciding to take the targets, it could be where this entry is quicker to come here, depending on where I'm going next or where I'm coming from,
Yeah, cool. And then the other thing that I would say is that, again, just trying to hit on some of the, like, I don't want to say, I hate using tactical, but just like realistically, like if I'm in my house, right? And if we're working 2 targets, then I would take this target first, work my way around it, and then be methodical about coming around until I see this one and then getting that target.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
So
another thing we're talking about how it's not really realistic for me to be tracking this barrel as I'm moving, but like how many self-defense videos, how many police shootings have we seen where somebody is having to track a moving person, and they might be moving behind cars, behind trees, behind the kitchen counter, whatever. So the tracking is still applicable. And how many videos have we seen where, we all, in a self-defense scenario, you're probably going to be terrified. You're scared for your life, obviously, if we're at this point. You're probably going to be moving too, and so that's where that tracking still becomes a necessary skill to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like with reloads, with trigger press. The reason you want to practice that is so it's, let's talk about like the RAM in your head. It's less things your brain has to do while you're also focusing on fearing for your life, and like this is the moment of your life, and so that's,
I got you.
Yeah, kind of where the carryover would be if there is any. That's
Sure.
what I would say.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let's run it then.
And shooter ready. Stand by. No slide lock on the reload, huh?
Guess not.
10.59.
10.59 with a failure to fire. Not a mag.
Stand by.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. All the lights and stuff.
914. You shaved a second and a half.
Nice.
With Christmas lights and
Your turn. Stand by. Thigh strap.
Oh, goddamn.
You almost trucked that barrel.
I know, I saw that.
Get out of the way.
Fuck a barricade.
868.
from the other
You
side.
want to see how? Let's see how strong his grip is. He comes over, barrel goes down. He never loses sights. Tap tap.
He shoots through the barrel.
through the barrel.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
That's a thing here, I guess.
Yeah.
Go, Preston. Go, Preston. Reload, 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 reload.
Oh, hell, Bobby.
Get the gun up. 991.
Preston, help me on my middle gear.
You just relax, okay? These pearl snaps?
Yeah. Let's go.
Carpet under there.
All right. So
That better not get posted. Hold
you,
on. I'm still in my dough phase.
so you can run this with rifle too. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do the last iteration with rifle just to give an example. But the other thing too is that, like I mentioned earlier, you can be more methodical going around these barricades. So in this instance, I'll go around and take my time until I see the target and then fire, as opposed to being more like competition oriented and just stepping out. So just want to show that variation of it. Who's got the timer?
I do. I got you.
Preston got it.
Try to get real up on there.
Yep.
Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Oh! Oh! I screwed up that one.
Nice. That can't be right.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's
not.
I was like 4-2. Wow. The slowest 4 seconds ever. Oh, that was
That's a really good
that was pretty
throw.
sweet.
Yeah.
That was a sweet catch.
Okay.
Caught it like perfectly too.
Okay.
Could have thrown it this gun if he needed.
Yeah.
All right, shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Very nice. 15.55. That seems more accurate.
He's ready.
Big. Wasn't really a pie at the end there. Woo. Pretty awesome. This is my house.
Woo! And that's how Skylar got shot in the face.
That's how Skylar got shot in the face.
So that is the end of 2 targets, 1 reload. Give it a shot. If you give it a shot, tag me in it on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever. But it's just something you guys can work on, something that we work on or that I work on. And just trying to put more stuff out there to give you guys ideas of stuff to work on. Monthly challenges are coming. We just had a meeting about them earlier. I keep saying that, but we want to make sure they're right when they come out. But until then, we're going to continue to put out training videos and things like that. And those will continue even after challenges. But yeah, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Karate chop that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.
You like soft like a...
You are very soft.
You're
Wow.
fucking soft. Is that soft?
Is that about a
That injection is so nice out of there.
There's a nice pattern to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out, Skylar, if I get shot.